Hello and welcome to the tutorial on how to use the Prusa i3 3D printer. Here we can see an overview of the printer. We have the filament spool at the top, which feeds through the extruder into the nozzle, which gets heated and extruded onto the print bed. There's also the LCD display down the bottom and the control knob where we can change the settings. To turn the printer on, there is a power button on the right hand side, and insert the SD card with your files on the left hand side of the control board. Once that is done, we need to preheat the nozzle. So in the menu, click Preheat and PLA. Wait for that to heat up to the set temperature, and then calibrate the Z axis. What this is doing is it is ensuring that both of the threaded rods on either side are at the same point before it starts, so that the beam is completely horizontal. And then it measures the distance from the top to the build plate. And then it will calibrate the bed leveling by measuring the distance to the bed at 9 different points and creating a virtual mesh of the bed. Before you start printing, you might want to change the filament to a different color. So this is a segment on how to exchange the current filament for a new one. So in the menu, ensuring that the nozzle is preheated, click on Unload Filament and pull out the filament from the nozzle. Once that is done, get the new roll and put it on top and click the Auto Load Filament button. You can then take the filament from the new roll, insert it into the extruder and press the button on the screen. This will grab the filament and start to push it out of the hot end, and if it does it correctly, you can respond with the affirmative. Some filament will come out of the nozzle, so you can clean that using the green pads provided. To start a print, make sure that you have your file on the SD card inserted into the printer, and make sure that the nozzle is preheated, and use the glue stick to apply a thin layer of glue to the bed in the area where you're going to be printing. Then, using the menu, go to Print from SD and select the file that you have chosen to print. The printer will then calibrate the bed level again, create a test filament on the end, and then start printing your model. Once the print is complete, you can remove the steel magnetic sheet from the bottom, and then a quick flex of the sheet in both the inward and outwards directions on each end and diagonally should pop the print off. If not, you might require a little bit of force to pull it from the build sheet. And you have your finished model. Finally, we have a few things to remember when you're using the 3D printer. First thing is that the nozzle, the hot end, is going to be very hot. It's 200 degrees, so don't touch it with your fingers. Always use the green pad to clean it. There are lots of moving parts. The X, Y, and Z axes are all moving, so don't touch them with your hands. Keep your hands free. And finally, don't be afraid to ask for help. Talk to someone who is experienced in using the machine, or post your questions on the Facebook group and someone will answer you.